Welcome to Who Cares About My Story. Today I'm recording this special episode here in the Costa Women Conference, and I am going to be interviewing the speakers, the attendees. So happy to bring you with me in this journey. Welcome to Who Cares About My Story. Why the work you do is important to you?
Well, I teach women about money and about how to take control of their finances and how to be wealthy. And that's super, super important to me because I think for years and years and years, we were told that we can't do it. We were told we need to have someone else to look after our money for us. And so I'm passionate about taking control for myself and teaching other women how to do the same.
Beautiful. So how the work that you do is connected to your own personal journey?
That's a great, great question. And I think my journey has been so off the beaten path, right? Like I've tried so many different things and try to figure out where it is I want to, what it is I want to do and where it is I want to be, all while trying to support myself financially and support my family financially. And it was until it finally clicked for me that I've been doing this all along, right? I've been successful all along. And actually, I don't need to find anything because I already have it in me. And now that I know that, I can help other women do the same.
I love that for you. So where can people learn more about you and the work that you do?
Awesome. Yes. The business is called Mind Shift Theory. So any social media site or the website, mindshifttheory.io, just search for it and you'll find me.
Amazing. Thank you very much. Welcome to Who Cares About My Story. Please tell us why the work that you do is important to you.
It's important to me because I really enjoy helping people. I wish somebody had done this for me when I was going through this journey myself. And it's important that I can share my knowledge with somebody else.
Nice. And how the work that you do is connected to your personal journey?
Again, the work that I do is I help people. I help people move abroad. And I also have moved abroad myself. My journey is constantly, I'm always changing. I'm always learning something new. And I want to share what I learn with other people.
Beautiful. So where can people learn more about you and your work?
Yeah, my company is called Expat Living, and you can find me at www.expatliving.com or on Facebook, YouTube. Anything that I can do to help you would be great.
Nice. Thank you very much. Welcome to Who Cares About My Story. That's the name of my podcast. So the first question is why the work that you do is important to you?
Okay, so why it's important to me is because I believe that the work I do helps people to follow their dream. So they may have had a dream to relocate to Spain or to invest on the Costa del Sol, and probably it's been on their vision board for many, many years. And I feel very privileged that the work that I get to do supports them to make that dream a reality.
So how that work is connected to your personal journey?
So I own a business with my husband and we have a real estate business, and we are very, very passionate about supporting people to live the life that they want to live. So that doesn't mean doing what you always thought you should do. That might mean living in a different country, uprooting your life and relocating to do something different. So we feel really passionate about that because we did the very same thing back in 2016. So if we can do it, anybody can do it. So that's how it's very much connected to what we do.
So where can people go and learn more about what you do?
So you can find me on Instagram, WL Costa Properties. You can also find me on Facebook, or if you go to my website, www.wlcostaproperties.net, you can learn all about us there.
Thank you so much for participating. Welcome to Who Cares About My Story. Why the work you do is important to you?
So I'm a digital marketeer, and I like to think that as an entrepreneur that I can share my knowledge and help other businesses or business owners grow their business and be successful. So it's nice to be sharing that journey with people and seeing the end result. So that's important to me.
Nice. Yeah, I agree. And how your work is connected to your own personal journey?
Okay, so my own personal journey is I love to travel. So in 2010, I formed a charity called Dental Mavericks. And that's related to my digital marketing company in terms of taking clients to help other children or to take children out of dental pain. So that's enabled me to travel around the world, basically. Last year, I ended up in Ethiopia, Peru. I've worked in Lebanon, Morocco, lots of countries. And this year, we're doing Sierra Leone. So for a personal journey, it's been able to enable me to give back, also to travel, but also to take the clients that I work with and help them give back as well. So that's really been a really, really good point for me. Yeah.
Beautiful, because everything is connected, nice, and it's a meaningful work. So that's always a great point.
Yeah.
So where people can learn more about you and your work?
Okay, so I basically have a company called Connect My Marketing, which is niched solely for private dentists globally. So if you're a private dentist, you can find me on Connect My Marketing. But if you're interested in the charity work, either being a volunteer or just getting involved with us, that's Dental Mavericks. And that is on Instagram and all social media, TikTok and everything else. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you very much. Welcome to Who Cares About My Story. The work that you do, why is important to you?
It's important to me because I want to show people, first and foremost women, that they have this inner power which they have forgotten. And I always love to reawakening this inner power.
Nice. So how the work that you do is connected to your own personal journey?
Well, I'm a coach and I help people overcome inner self-doubt and stagnation. And for me, I have for a long time lived as a single mom.
Yeah.
And when I finally met my true love, he suddenly died. And we decided, me and my youngest daughter, to move here to Spain. So my journey has a lot of knowledge how to overcome this self-doubt, because we all have it. And it depends how loud it is. But we have to overcome the self-doubt because the power within is so strong if we let it out. So I know from my journey that it is possible. It is possible to live a fulfilling life, even though you are maybe a single mom, maybe you are struggling with a low-paid job, you are, like me, a widow. It is possible to live a fulfilling life.
Nice. So how can people learn more about you and your work?
First and foremost, it's on my Instagram site. It's called Coach Elin Debora. So there is many tips every day where you can learn more about how I work. But first and foremost, it's for you who are looking to get a new energy, new insights.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for participating into this. Welcome to Who Cares About My Story. Why the work you do is important to you?
The work for what I do is really important for me because I can really help the people who are struggling in life with whatever they have, and that I can be the tool to help the people to get their better selves.
Nice. So how your work is connected to your own personal journey?
My own journey has been the same. I was always really, really busy, always working, always I had to achieve, I had to accomplish, I had to show the people that I could do it, I'm worth it. I didn't know by then, but I know it now. So I would have been really happy that I would have had this person that could have helped me where I'm now. So I'm really happy that I can be this person now for other people.
Nice. So where can people learn more about what you do?
They can learn on my website, of course. It's www.susannevandoorn.com. I also have an Instagram, Facebook, and a LinkedIn. My WhatsApp, it's everywhere. But most of all, just talk to me. Come to me, and I can explain to you what I do.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for doing this.
You're so welcome.
Welcome to Who Cares About My Story. So why the work that you do is important to you?
I came to Spain I had a very busy life in the UK. So we moved to Spain for a quieter life. And it didn't work out that way. I run many businesses. One was a retreat venue. That's what we came to Spain to open up. I also teach or coach beauty therapists how to slow down, but don't do it myself. I always say to people, do as I say, don't do as I do. Both. So that's the reason why I do it. For my coaching, it's because a lot of people struggle in the beauty industry to actually make money because we're taught how to do treatments. We're not taught how to run a business. And because I've come from a completely different background, I'm a business background, I teach them how to get the figures and how to make profit because they think just the revenue is enough. It's like, no, the profit is a be all and end all. So yeah, I'm very passionate about helping beauty therapists.
Nice. So how the work that you do is connected to your own personal journey?
When I was in pharmaceuticals, I was in a very high level job, marketing and sales. And when I had 2 nervous breakdowns, too much stress, so I left that. I was traveling all over the world and no downtime. And when I first set up in the beauty industry, I was just thinking of the training that I had done so I could do the treatments, but I wasn't running my business as a proper business. And then when I switched my mindset, that's when my business turned around. And then that's when lots of people said, well, I want you to do what you done. Can you teach me how to do that? So yeah. So I'm passionate about keeping people in the industry that they love, because at the moment, sometimes, if I said sometimes they would be earning more money than stacking shelves in Tesco's or Mercadona, they would be better off doing that. And I always say that that's no disrespect to you, but you may as well do that because you're playing at a hobby. You're not playing at a business. Yeah.
Expensive hobby, right?
Very expensive hobby, yeah. And in our industry, we have people that go on course after course after course. So when they come to me, I say, that's great. You're so well educated, but how many clients have you got? They go, oh, no, because I need to upskill. Stop upskilling, start working now.
So how can people learn more about what you do and your work?
You can follow me on Facebook, Jane Bryan, JaneBryan. I run the Thriving Beauty Business Club. For the retreat centre, it's called Casa Torreta Blanca retreat venue. And we're in beautiful area of Almeria, just between Almeria and Murcia, in the middle of nowhere. So if people want to run their retreats at a really nice, tranquil place, come to Casa Torreta Blanca.
Nice. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to Who Cares About My Story? Why the work that you do is important to you?
So it's a great question. It's important to me because I love supporting people. It's what brings me alive. It always has since I was a child. And I all about making other people connected to them real selves and to not try and be anyone else, to really get the connection true to their self, their alignment. And the reason that that's really important to me is because it's very much part of my own journey and has helped me lead to where I am in my life, to have that self-acceptance, to have that self-knowledge, and just feel like I'm living my own best life, to give myself permission to do that and give other people the same position to do the same for them.
Nice. So you already answered a bit of the question, like how your work is connected to your own journey. There is a specific moment that you feel like is really when you realize, like, yeah, this is really connected to my own work.
Oh, that's a really good question. I can't think of a specific moment as such, but I think it's just been a gradual realization, just with so many experiences in my life and learning from other great teachers as well, that I remember listening to a talk probably about 10 years ago now from someone called Tara Brach, who's a kind of Zen Buddhist teacher, but not someone that just sits there all day and does this, but a really inspiring woman. And she just talked about the power of self-compassion, and that really, honestly, if you even think about it now, it had goosebumps. It just brought tears to my eyes. And I just realized how many years I'd been so hard and punishing to myself, and how so many of us do exactly the same. And just giving myself a little bit of slack and permission to just acknowledge that I'm not perfect. I'm never going to be perfect. And actually, that micro decision to start doing that is a real key to transformation. And that's why I'm a coach. That's why I do what I do, because if we can start to give ourselves self-compassion, it sounds like an easy throwaway statement to do, but it's so, so hard in those day-to-day moments. And that is the key to real connection to ourselves. And then it gives us, the whole world of possibility opens up to us. Do you know what I mean? Because we're not trying to be someone else.
we're not trying to do the shoulds or what we think we, need to be doing or follow someone else's path. It's about true alignment to ourselves. So Tara Brack's got a lot to answer for in my life. And that's just one example really for me.
Nice, beautiful. So how can people learn more about you and your work?
Lots of different ways. I'm reluctantly on social media, I have to say. I'm Emma, at Emma the Crossroads Coach. I've also got a website, emmathornlees.com. But yeah, I'm multi-passionate. I do lots of things, but you can find out about me there.
Thank you so much.
Thanks very much for the opportunity.
Welcome to Who Cares About My Story?
Thank you.
Please tell us why the work you do is important to you.
Well, I absolutely love what I do because I'm a people person. So I was born and raised in Spain, but my mother's English. So I've got a very big expat family. So I love my job because I help people, non-residents, residents in this country where Spanish is not their first language. And they find themselves in all these situations and all these, problems. And I love that I can help them, guide them, have conversations with them to calm them and, sort of navigate with them these procedures and making everything better for them. That brings me a lot of peace and a lot of joy, which is why I love what I do.
So you already touched a bit on this, but I would love to know how the work that you do is connected to your own personal journey.
Yeah, well, like I said, obviously, I'm a bilingual paralegal. So I think personally, I find that a lot of my family have had issues with the Spanish bureaucracy, especially with their Spanish departments and people not really wanting to help and making you feel like you're stuck and all that. So personally, for me, it has a big place in my heart. I also have my grandmother that's English that now lives here in Spain. And I just want to help everyone of all ages and be able to sort of, get through their matters that they need and with the support that they need. And that's very important to me, personally and professionally.
Love that. So how can people learn more about you and your work?
Well, obviously, I have an office in La Cala, in Calle Ronda, number 25. And I also have a website, paralegalspain.com. Everyone's welcome to pop in, have a chat, talk to me about their matters. And listen, I'm not like any other office where you need to make appointments and you need to pay up front. I like to hear people's stories, see if I can help them or guide them. And like I said, we're all about conversations, telling each other stories. I tell them about my life, about my son. I have a son with special needs with autism. I like to also help families that are maybe in the same position. Obviously, this is a free service that I give to show families of what access they can give to their children with special needs. And what sort of departments are there for them here in Spain. And I also help in that side of things because it's very important to me, obviously, because of my son, Jack.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Welcome to Who Cares About My Story? Why the work you do is important to you?
Hi, Reme. Why is the work I do important to me? To me, it's like what I came here for, what I was born to do. It's just, I can't think of a reason to say one thing or another. It's just like I've slotted into my groove of what I'm supposed to do. And I feel it's so important to help people to feel more confident and have more self-esteem in their relationships and to be able to set boundaries so that they can have better relationships and a happier life, more success. Life is different when we're more confident and we're not people-pleasing all the time.
Yeah. So how your work is connected to your own personal journey?
My own story is that I didn't have a very good start in life and I didn't have a lot of self-esteem. So it's something that I picked up and I learned over the years, and then I trained as a therapist and a coach, and I learned the skills that I needed to help other people feel as confident as I feel.
So how can people learn more about what you do and connect with you?
Sure, just go to findcouragetobeyou.com. That's my book, is Courage to Be You. My whole website is all about finding courage to be your true self and live life in the way that you want to. So it's findcouragetobeyou.com.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Reme.
Welcome to Who Cares About My Story? Why the work you do is important to you?
I think I am able to help leaders to be better, to develop. And if we have better leaders, we will have healthier workplaces. And it's the best for all of us.
how the work that you do is connected to your own personal journey.
I spent 13 years before I became a trainer and coach as a leader in big companies. And I definitely use my experience every day since then. And for me, it's a big pleasure to see others to become better and better.
Beautiful. Thank you. So how can people learn more about you and your work?
I usually write and sometimes I go to podcasts, but I usually or mainly speaks Hungarian. So first of all, they need to learn Hungarian. I have a little, yes, but mainly on LinkedIn. This is the best point for me.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Welcome to Who Cares About My Story? Why the work that you do is important to you. I have a passion for photography and I love to be with the people together and make photos and have fun with the people. And also I want that the people looks really amazing. I love it. I love it. I love so much the portrait photos. And normally the people loves my photos. Nice. So how this work is connected to your own life journey? Yeah. I think because I was studying art and then I discover also that I want not always drawing or painting. And I discover the photographs and it's also amazing what I have made in the past. And for me, it's also history and art. And so it's really important in my life, the photos and this kind of art for me. Beautiful. Yeah, it is an art. So how can people learn more about your work and how to connect with you? Yeah, sometimes I think I want to make a course about this to teach how you can make a really good portrait. It's not so easy because you have to look really good for the light, how the people feel, how are the characters, and that's always really interesting because every person is so different. So if they want to connect with you, where they can find you? Yeah, they can find me on my website, cbphotography.1. And I have a Instagram account. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you also so much. Welcome to Who Cares About My Story? Why the work that you do is important to you.
My work is important to me because I help vulnerable people, especially young people, teenagers, and parents with their daily life. If they have something like stress, depression, overwhelming feeling, young people and children can have that as well. And we sometimes forget to treat them in the whole family about it. So that's very important to me, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So how the work that you do is connected to your own personal journey?
It's because many years ago, when I was 16, I was molested and I got a depression for 23 years. And when I came out of it, I said to myself, nobody should have it like I had it. So if I can help only one person in my life, that's my vision and my philosophy, to help others that come out of it sooner so their whole life is not ruined. I had a young girl in one of my courses, 15 years old, never been to school for 2 years. And now she's 26, having a life. She's a professional photography in Denmark. So, yeah, that helps.
Nice, because you see the results, you see how it's impacting others.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Okay, so how can people learn more about you and your work?
I have a little business called Wellbeing Forever, and I have a website called www.wellbeing, dash, yeah, forever.com. They can look me up there. I'm on LinkedIn and I'm on Facebook and I'm in Instagram.
Perfect. I will add the link so they can go there. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Welcome to Who Cares About My Story? Why the work that you do is important to you.
The work I do is important for me because I know that I have a big impact on people's change of their healthy lives on a daily basis.
Nice. So how this work is related to your personal journey?
Well, my personal journey is to become more than 100 years old, and that doesn't come out of nothing. So it's hard work to optimize your health and prevent illness. Stay tuning in your brain, body, mind, and give it to other people.
Beautiful. So where people can go to connect with you and learn more about what you do?
Well, you can find me on social media. You can find me on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on WhatsApp, and also on Facebook, of course.
Nice. Thank you so much.
Thank you for bringing me in here.
Welcome to Who Cares About My Story? Why the work that you do is important to you? Reme, it's important to me because what I do now is the result of all this grace, all the experience that I've had, and it's me, really. My work is me, and not everybody can say that. That's beautiful. So how this work is connected to your own personal journey? Totally, because up until only about 6 years ago, I spent my life in business, in corporates. And at that point, I decided I'd had enough of that, and I jumped off a cliff. And what I have been doing since then is really using what I've learned, but in a totally different way. So anybody listening, whatever you think you are now, forget it. You can be something else. I love all the possibilities are there, right? So how can people connect with you and learn more about your work? It's very easy because I have a very unusual name. My name is Susana Serrano-Davey. If you put that into Google, you get a ton of stuff. Podcasts, books, websites, and a lot of ideas about self-confidence. Now, thank you so much. You're welcome. Thank you, Reme. Welcome to Who Cares About My Story? Why the work that you do is important to you?
Well, I think networking is absolutely fundamental. We're from no-codes lawyers in Estepona. We're based also in the UK. But if we don't get out there to do networking, we would be stuck the whole day in the office. So networking is a fundamental aspect of our job, to create new alliances, to get to know more people. And both on social and professional level, I think it's really, really important to open up your network and the people you know.
Yeah, absolutely. So how the work that you do is connected to your own personal journey?
Well, first of all, I think we have to work, so let's enjoy it. So that's already a very important part for your personal growth. And if you go to work with a smile on your face, then it's absolutely fantastic. As a lawyer's office, of course, you deal with all kinds of situations. Happy people who buy a house, maybe sad people because somebody passed away. But if you treat them with kindness, if you treat them well, with empathy, you feel good as well yourself. And then I think that helps a lot with growing both professionally and, again, privately as well.
Yeah, 100%. So where can people learn more about the work that you do and how you can help them?
Well, normally they contact us either through social networks, of course, or through our website, or through necessity. Like insurances, everybody needs a lawyer at one stage or another. So if they visit our website of no-codes, then they can see everything what we do. We have over 200 employees between the UK and Spain. Our lawyers can do any kind of matters that have to be handled both in the UK and in other countries as well, and in Spain. And then we do family, real estate, labor. We do all kind of areas. All kind of areas we cover.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Welcome to Who Cares About My Story? Why the work that you do is important to you?
Well, the work is actually so important to me because I see in every woman so much struggles about weight, about worrying about body, and actually wasting a lot of lifetime worrying and doing diets, following guidelines that are actually in the long run sacrificing their health, and also we women, we have a purpose. Everybody has a purpose that is so much more important than worrying about the weight all day. So I really feel that it's important to get safety and security into the field and to learn about what the body really needs to be healthy and not only skinny, like really a healthy body for a long and happy life. So how your work is connected to your own personal journey? Yeah, well, actually, I was raised by a mom doing diets all the time, and she told me once, I remember that she told me out of nothing, she told me, don't ever do a diet. Diets are bad. And I was wondering, like, why does she say that to me? And I saw her doing diets all the time. She was running, she was even losing her period. And I was confused. And she, of course, did the food for me, but she said bye and didn't have food. And I remember, she said I shouldn't do a diet. But what I did is finding my body fat. Like all the time, I was actually shaming my body, always thinking I'm too fat, I'm not good enough, something is wrong with me, because I saw that on her. It's what we see that we do after and not what we hear. So, and studying dietitian actually solved so much for me, because I really learned how amazing my body is and what miracles happen there every second and what I really need. So that really helped me out of these struggles, and I really want to help other women too. Beautiful. So how can people learn more about you and your work? Actually on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on YouTube. I've got a podcast too, well, still in German, but also doing in English stuff. And I also have a website, so welcome. Nice. I will make all the links available in the description. Thank you so much. Thank you. Welcome to Who Cares About My Story. Why the work that you do is important to you.
Well, thank you. Why it's important is that 75% of all marketers have felt, burnout or overwhelm. And I have been marketer for all my life, over 20 years myself. So I feel them, I see them, and I want to support them.
Nice. So you already mentioned how your work is connected to your personal journey.
Well, it is connected both in personal level and also in professional level. First of all, when I was 12 years old myself, I had this severe scoliosis, and it took me years to overcome my illness. And it is very much related to resilience in business, right? This has been a long journey for me to learn and to be a strong marketer who I am today, or I hope to be at least, right? But also on a professional level, I have been there. I have burned out myself because I had a very successful company, and within 5 years we built that over 2 million of revenue, and it was a huge work. But of course, I burned out, and it took me again several years to come back from that experience. So I can feel marketers, and I also feel business owners, because even the growth can be very hard sometimes.
Yeah, so thank you for that. So how people can learn more about you and connect with you?
Well, thank you. You can go to mariliswager.com or just find me from Powerful Marketers, social media channels, because I'm all there. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Welcome to Who Cares About My Story. Why the work that you do is important to you.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm an osteopath, and my work is very important to me because I meet people in need, and I'm always so happy I can help them and try to bring the physical problems, giving them solutions. I love to give them solutions. At first, I love to find out where actually it's coming from. So that's the diagnosis is a big thing. And then you see these faces like, oh, this is why. And that's really rewarding. And of course, it's very rewarding that people walk out of the door much better than they came in.
Absolutely. And how your work is connected to your own personal journey?
I like being active. And I think that part of my job is like being a teacher because you teach people how to move, what is better for them. You get, you just give a lot of solutions and things. And I think that's very close to my personality. And then again, I'm an active person. So, and I have a lot of activity in my work, of course. So it's a bit a combination of being healthy physically and teach people.
Beautiful. So how can people learn more about you and maybe connect with you?
The easiest way is go to my website, which is osteopathicostadelsol.com. And well, on there they can learn about me and my work and what I can do for you.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Welcome to Who Cares About My Story. Why the work that you do is important to you.
First of all, I'm a translator, and therefore the work I do is important to me because it's very close to my nature of wanting to always communicate with other people and to help communicate. Especially, I'm one that would go all the way to help people communicate. If I see people in the street are trying to communicate in different languages, I tend to go over and help, and it just gives me a sense of self-fulfillment, really. So it's just how it connects to me. And I've been always in love with languages since I was very, very little. So I'm following my path since I was very little.
And that was my next question, like actually how your work is connected to your life. So how, like you said, since very little, can you elaborate a bit?
Oh, absolutely. I remember one distinctive moment in my life when I was about 9. And I started to have English lessons more seriously, if you like, and rather than in primary school. It's a bit more of an important kind of English lesson that I was receiving. And I remember from that moment trying, with the very little English I had when I was 9, I was trying to invent songs. Yes, and I remember me singing songs with the little English I had, but just songs that meant things to me as well. I wanted to talk about my best friend and me, and I remember giving the names and how old are you, but singing in the toilet, actually, in the bathroom at home. And since then I knew I really, really wanted to speak other languages, and then from then on it was traveling, it was speaking languages, it was learning other languages if I could, if the time allowed me. And I just became, I really loved English in particular. I became a professional of English, and I've educated myself abroad, and it was just like, but I knew that English, I didn't know what for, but I knew I wanted to speak English and I wanted to help people with English. So that was my story.
That's great. So how can people learn more about what you do and connect with you?
I think just the usual WhatsApp, my webpage, and always the phone. I love to talk to people on the phone. Any questions you have, even if you don't want to have a translation done, call me, ask me about anything you need to do with different cultures, different languages, and I'll help. But yeah, usually phone, super. I'm into the phone a lot, and WhatsApp and emails, yeah. Okay. So that's basically.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Welcome to Who Cares About My Story. Why the work that you do is important to you?
It's important to me, Reme, because words are so powerful. Whether in life, whether in business, how you say them, they are powerful and they can change lives. That's why it's important to me.
Yeah, absolutely. They are so powerful. So how your work is connected to your own personal journey?
That's a good one. I think when I was a small child at primary school, I was never the smartest child, the cleanest child, but this gypsy child could read because her daddy taught her to read before she went to school. So when all the nicer kids, so brighter, smarter kids were scratching their heads over the flashcards, I was running like a fiend because I could nail those words and it made me feel better.
Yeah, nice. So how can people learn more about you and connect with you?
Yeah, you can find my website, which is Pink Copywriting, probably hopefully easy to remember. And in the not too distant future, I'm going to be putting all my efforts into bringing together an email community to share all I know to help their business grow.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Reme. Thank you.
Welcome to Who Cares About My Story? Why the work that you do is important to you.
The work I do is important to me because I have been a female founder and gone through that process of trying to raise money and investment. And so I think it's important to try and connect more female founders across the Costa del Sol to where the money is and connect them with where the capital to grow their businesses is actually accessible. And I think that can be a very difficult thing to do if you don't know where to start. So I hope to be that connection for people and improve their statistics of less than 2% of VC funding in Europe being in female founders.
Great. You already mentioned a bit, but can you elaborate a bit more about how your own personal journey is connected to the work that you do?
Sure. So when I was younger, I used to run a media publishing company, and we rapidly expanded over 4 years, and we actually raised capital at that time. And it was an extremely challenging process. And I just feel like there's a big movement in Malaga and across the Costa del Sol at this time. And it would be nice to see some other businesses, not the same people or the people who have succeeded in other countries, coming here and then getting the investment from the same pool of people. It would be nice and interesting and actually beneficial for the economy if we could support more female founders and actually get their businesses to grow, because we know from the statistics that female founded businesses do well and they produce higher revenues when they're invested in.
Great. So good work. So how can people learn more about you and connect with you?
So I am on LinkedIn. I'm Lara Maloney, FRSA. And also I have laramaloney.com as a website, so you can visit me there.
Perfect. I am going to provide the link so people it's easier for them to find it. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you so much too.
Welcome to Who Cares About My Story? Why the work that you do is important to you.
Well, the work that I do, it's important because I experienced it. I'm somebody that has gone through the journey. So what I do is I help people bring clarity back into their lives. That was something that was missing for me for a long time. So I do retreat as well as coaching, and also work with organizations where I can apply a holistic coaching point of view, and when they're building their teams, when they're just doing any operations. We're working from that perspective.
Beautiful. So there is this connection directly on how was important in your own personal journey, right?
Yes, correct. Yeah, I was, my last job in corporate world was a VP of customer success, which is, a role in leadership that I really worked for a long time, 20 years doing that in the tech world. But the funny thing that happens is that when I got it, I didn't want it anymore because I realized that I had lost myself in the way. And that's why I started learning more about myself to kind of bring back that clarity. What is it that I wanted? Why? The why of many things. So that's where it all came from.
So meaningful, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so how can people learn more about you and your work?
Well, I'm on LinkedIn. Elizabeth Quispe, Quispe, as well as Instagram, EQUISPE. So that's me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Welcome to Who Cares About My Story? Why the work that you do is important to you.
Thank you. I really am passionate about marketing and branding and communication. I think that too many people get stuck with their businesses because they don't know how to communicate. And the work that I do is basically bridging that gap between saying, story, I have a story to tell, how do I tell it? So that makes me really passionate to say, let's get people talking, let's get people sharing and say why you're good, and then people will buy from you.
Amazing. So how your work is connected to your own personal journey?
Well, interestingly, I come from a family of advertisers. So my parents were both in the advertising industry in the 1980s in London, big kind of business. And when I grew up, I said to them, just so you know, I'm never working in marketing. This sounds awful. It looks awful. I wanted to be an actress. I wanted to be a presenter, anything but. But as I kind of went through my life, I just stumbled into, and actually I was at a wedding giving a speech. And someone came up to me afterwards and said, you need to be in PR. I want to give you a job. So from my speech at a wedding, I ended up in PR, studied it and found the love and had to say to my parents, I was wrong. I love it too.
Wow, amazing. I think you are the first person that has both parents in marketing and then you are working in marketing that I know. Okay, so how people can learn more about your work and connect with you?
Yes. Well, they can find me on my website, www.shawmarketingservices.com. I'm also on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn, Shaw Marketing Services.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Welcome to Who Cares About My Story? Why the work that you do is important to you.
Well, I think because everybody's got stories within them, and sometimes they don't actually realize that they've got stories within them, but they make it so much easier to make them understood by other people and to communicate with each other and to build this connection, which I think, particularly in this day and age, is very important, given what's going on around us. If we can connect more authentically by sharing personal stories, then I think that's really important.
Yeah, absolutely. And how your work is connected to your own personal journey.
I've always been about the words and definitely not about the figures. I'm a words person. I've always read a lot. I've always enjoyed stories. I've always listened to other speakers telling their stories. And obviously, having published other people's life stories over the sort of 15 years that I've been involved with books, then the two kind of fit together really well, I feel. And it's something that I feel very passionate about.
Awesome. So how can people learn more about you and the work that you do?
Well, they can hop along to my website, or they can visit my author community, which is the Idea to Author Club, and connect with me on LinkedIn. That's where I mostly show up.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
It's really nice to talk to you, Reme. Thank you.
Welcome to Who Cares About My Story? Why the work that you do is important to you.
So I'm a retreat strategist and I see a lot of women. I've been working for 5 plus years online. I see a lot of women burning out or not offering the service that they want to do. And so many people connect to retreats and they would love to launch it, but they're missing that strategy, that step-by-step plan of how to do it, when to put the venue deposit down, when not to, all of these different things. And with my experience as a strategist generally, I can help them through that process. And that's really important to me, that people bring their retreat vision to life, but they do it in a way that's going to be profitable and successful.
Nice. So how your work is connected to your own personal journey?
So I host retreats as well, but I didn't used to. Retreats, I only started a couple of years ago when I moved to Spain, actually. So they're very linked to living in Spain. I live in the Costa Blanca and it's a beautiful region. And I realized that I could marry the clients that I was working with this experience to go much deeper on their business. And then people started asking me about my retreats. Not only did they want to come on them, but they wanted to launch their own retreats. And I was like, well, what better way to bring my experience to life, doing something with the retreats.
Also, so how can people learn more about your work and connect with you?
So you can find me on mainly Instagram is where I hang out, but also LinkedIn. So Kate_Kurje. Also have a website. I've got a freebie, 5 steps to sell out your first retreat, which is really great. And, to work through those first initial decisions, and loads of free resources on Instagram to find the direction that you want to go in for your retreat and to avoid some costly mistakes as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Reme.
Welcome to Who Cares About My Story? Why the work that you do is important to you.
Well, we work with natural services, natural solutions for hair loss. And many women are losing their hair or feeling that it's not growing as it used to.
And it's such a pleasure to see them regain their health and their beauty. And we also work with permanent makeup, and hearing women say that, oh, it's so nice to wake up with my eyes on. So it just makes us happy to see that.
Amazing. And how your work is connected to your own personal journey?
Well, for me, I was never the kid who wanted to do their makeup, but if you gave me a cream or a soap that smelled good, I was crazy about it. And then in my 20s, I was the person who was studying business and not feeling good about it. I actually wanted to do like alternative health and all kinds of natural treatments. And now I have a job where I can do both of them, work in business and help people with natural solutions.
That's amazing. How can people learn more about your work and what you do?
The company is called Mijas Natural, and you can find us on social media, of course, in Instagram, Mijas Natural. And if you ever come to visit Mijas Village, Mijas Pueblo, please come stop by.
Nice. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Welcome to Who Cares About My Story. First of all, congratulations on this amazing event. Has been a wonderful day. So my question for you is why the work that you do is important to you?
So the work that I do is important to me because of today, with things like this. You know, seeing women that didn't know each other before suddenly start connecting, finding collaborations, realizing how important networking really is. Because it isn't just a one and done thing. You need to keep coming back and networking and telling your story to more people.
Yeah. And how your work is connected to your own personal journey?
My work is connected because I started Costa Women because I wanted friends. So I wanted a way to make those connections and to build my own network. And that's why I started it.
Amazing. How can people learn more about you and all the things that you do?
Okay, so they can put my name, Ali Meehan, into Google and I should come up. I'm not the figure skater in Canada. That's somebody else. Or they can search for Costa Women, costawomen.com, and they can come and join us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to Who Cares About My Story, the podcast on how sharing your personal brand story can impact your business. If you found this episode valuable, consider subscribing or leaving a review. Your feedback means a lot. Did something resonate with you today? Please share your thoughts on the podcast platform or on your socials. I would love to hear from you and give you a shout out. Just tag me on Instagram at Reme Mancera. I can't wait for you to meet our next guest. Until then, remember, your story is relevant and worth telling.